Good evening, chaps. I just watched Freaky. This is the new film from writer-director Christopher Landon, who's worked on many Paranormal Activity films, but is most likely best known for the Happy Death Day movies for an uncredited co-writing position on the first one, directing it, and writing and directing the second one. Now, I do enjoy the Happy Death Day films. I don't think they're particularly good in any sort of fashion, but I think they're enjoyable enough and take their ideas and twist them in a way that's very enjoyable and engaging to where I can watch them and have fun with them, even though I know it's not particularly fantastic. With the second one being high in that regards and improving on the first film's silliness and becoming more engaging and fun. So I bet you can imagine how excited I was for Christopher Landon to be doing a Freaky Friday type film with Vince Vaughn playing a high school girl, even though he's supposed to be a killer. And it does sound pretty fun in theory, but in execution it's quite meh and actually kinda bad. If anyone's going to compare this movie to anything, I think The Hot Chick is probably more similar in terms of a normal high school girl switching bodies with a criminal who's in their body, and they have to try to adapt and get this sort of artifact so they can try to swap positions before midnight of a certain night. Similarities all over the place. But while this film definitely is much better, like 1,000 times better than The Hot Chick, I would say The Hot Chick sort of is better in terms of the commitment that Rob Schneider has to playing Rachel McAdams in The Hot Chick, as opposed to Vince Vaughn in this, where the way he plays Catherine Newton's character is much different than how she plays her character in the film.
May I ask you a question?
What?
Yeah, I'm just curious. What do I look like? Like when you're seeing me? Right now? Do I look like do I look like a girl?
Tyler.
Kind of jarring and blah, but that doesn't stop Vince Vaughn from being pretty enjoyable, and with a few moments that actually made me chuckle. So yeah, Vince Vaughn was actually alright at playing a teenage girl, but I will say that The Hot Chick probably does better with the commitment Rob Schneider has for the teenage girl, which is something I've never wanted to say about The Hot Chick, but look where we are. The rest of the film is just kind of blah. Anyone who is not Vince Vaughn in the movie is either weak, boring, or just very uncharismatic and annoying to where I can't really root for anyone, particularly Catherine Newton's friends in this film. They're kind of annoying and blah and provide such low energy to their characters that honestly it's shocking. But on a more positive note, I do think the violence that is presented in the film is actually pretty interesting. Where most films are PG-13 and try to cut down on the violence, this film tries its absolute best to be as violent as possible. With someone shoving a wine bottle in someone's throat and breaking it inside, and you see the glass shot up. As soon as that scene happened, I was like, oh my god, I would not expect that from Freaky. And there's more kills in that's more violent and creative and actually engaging, that tries to feel like it's making up for a lack of story, characters, and anything else. And with more negative praises going towards its editing and visual style, the cinematography and actual production design of the film is so bland and so unmemorable that I'm honestly forgetting much of what the film looks like. And similar with the editing, how kind of quick cut it is and how unflattering and uncreative and imaginative it is for a lot of the movie. When it doesn't focus on the violence or action, it's just more so blah than it is engaging. And a really bad score from Bear McCreary, whose music just sounds completely ripped from like Fantasy Island and the two Happy Death Day films. Sorry for being so negative, but I do have a lot more meh things to say about this movie than I do positives. But I would say if you have $20 and you're just looking for a fun little spook for an afternoon, then check out Freaky. I'm probably never going to watch it again, and I do have a higher chance of watching the Happy Death Day films as opposed to this, which I might not ever revisit again. Freaky, I will give it a good old 4 out of 10.